each and every day at 8 a.m. for your viewing and listening pleasure. And we come together to look at what life is, to explore life, to question life, to just be in the magnificence of life in every moment. Yeah, every day is a beautiful day. Every day is a perfect day. It's the only day we've got. And so if we ask better questions, if we think different thoughts, we can create new experiences for ourselves. And isn't that all we want in life? All we truly want in life is to have new experiences. Here's the key. We get bored with old experiences fast. We'll do it a few times and then we get, well, let's go on to something new. Let's have a different experience. And so today I thought I would check in with you and talk about an aspect that our heart is there. And our heart is the feeling center. It feels, right? It feels. That's the sensation of feeling. And then we have a mind, and our mind is our thinking center. Our thinking center. So our thoughts, our heart feels, our thoughts think. And when we go to those two centers, it's really pretty much ego. It's pretty much body, isn't it? It's pretty much about separation, isn't it? But then there's the aspect of ourselves that we call the observer, or we can refer to it, in my words, as the soul. And the soul just knows. It just knows. It doesn't need reason. It doesn't need feelings. It just knows. So have you ever had that happen in your life? Where something is going on and you just knew something? There were no feelings. There was no thoughts. There was no rationalization. You didn't need affirmation. You just knew. And for me, what that turns out to be, it's when I'm taking a step in the right direction, I just know. People say, why are you taking that step? I don't have to answer that because I just know. And so life is this continual thing about finding balance between the heart, the mind, and the soul. That's one of the dances we do in life, isn't it? The heart and the mind and the soul. And in that dance, there's a balance because you can't eliminate the mind. You can't eliminate the heart. You can't eliminate the soul. They're there. While we're in physical form, those are a part of all that we are. And to try to eliminate them is really silly. You can't do it. You can't do it. So you do a dance and you try to find that dance. And the key thing is you got to know which dance you want to do. What's the dance you want to do in life? What is it that your very being is calling forth to have the experience of? That's the key thing. What is your very being? What is coming from within you that is desiring to experience? Not what's coming from without you, not what other people are telling you to get. You know what I'm saying? Forget what other people want. That's not what you want. And see, the whole process of taking personal responsibility for yourself, understanding what self-love is, it all comes down to this. You've got to think for yourself, you've got to feel for yourself, and you've got to be yourself. And when you think for yourself, and you feel for yourself, and you're being yourself, you are in the ultimate state of self-love, the ultimate state of connection, the ultimate state of authenticity. And when you do that, then you're able to bring in other people. We can only bring in other people to the degree that we allow ourselves to be us. It's like the old adage, you can only be abused as much by someone else as much as you abuse yourself. I know that one sucks, doesn't it, gang? It just sucks to think that, but it's true. The second someone tries to verbally or physically abuse you more than you would do yourself, that's when you say adios. That happens all the time when you start reading all the studies about domestic abuse and people being abused by others, whether it's verbally or physically, it's because of lack of self-worth. They will take as much as they feel they're worth. So reverse that. What if we put all of our energy into creating a worthiness, creating an expansive nature about ourselves, so that we become the person who accepts the newness, who accepts all of this other stuff? Now we open ourselves to greatness. And here's what I know about greatness. It's ever expanding. Ever expanding. You know, people say, you know, I look at people my age, and I am a well-traveled individual on the planet in that respect. I've been around the sun many, many, many times, probably more around the sun than most of you. I feel every bit as young as I did when I was 15 years old. Why? Because I'm always seeking more expansion. And when you seek expansion, guess what? You're young. Why? Because when you're seeking expansion, you're in the moment. And in the moment, there is no time. So you don't age in no time. You stay young in no time. I love seeing all you people out there connecting with each other. I love it. Do you realize this is a community? This 8 a.m. thing is a community. Why? We're sharing energy. It's exactly why we're here. We're sharing energy. To hear my voice, to hear what I'm talking about, there has to be a like energy involved. If there wasn't a like energy involved, you couldn't be here. Couldn't be here. I love how you're all checking in. Good for you all. Check in. Talk to each other. Support each other. That's what this is about. I'm trying to find a way to use social media, electronics like this, to cause connection. Because right now it's hard for people to connect. So if we can do this and you feel a part of something, that's a connection. Thank you, Angela. This is great. This is a great community. It is a good community. Why? We're hearing the same thing. We're setting desires, not desires to be the same. We're setting desires to expand. And we can expand in any way we want, because guess what? We're not here to please anyone else and how they expand or how we expand. I'm not here to please you. So here's something that came to me in meditation today. I'm going to share this with you. Meditation is the ultimate act of self-love. And you say, Lee, why would you say that? Why would you say meditation is the ultimate act of self-love? Well, because in meditation, you free yourself from your attachment to your body, and you free yourself from your attachment to your mind. And when you free yourself from that attachment, you're free. And the greatest act of self-love is to set yourself free. How many people stay in relationships, keep people in their life because of obligation? A sense of obligation instead of following their intuitive nature that says there's something better for you out there. I'm going to bet each of you has a lot of those people in your lives, because we are brought up to think about being obligated. Family members, partners, friends. But the question is, we don't owe anyone anything. Do you get that? We don't owe anyone anything. What we owe is our life to become bigger. And there are times when people fit into that life. They're right for us. They vibrate with us at that time. There are other times they don't. So here's what I've learned. The more aware, the more expanded I become, the people who are not like that gently fall out of my life. Here's the other thing that I have found. For me, most of the people that I associate with, that I hang with now, that I vibrate with, are 25, 30, 40 years younger than me. That's really interesting, isn't it? When I started ministry, that wasn't the case. That was 2007. That was 13 going on 14 years ago. Most of the people with me at the time were my same age. All of a sudden, that's not the case anymore. I still have some people my age, yeah. But majority of the people are not that. Majority of the people I know following on YouTube right now, my highest percentage of people following is 25 to 34. Then it's 35 to 44. And then it's 45 to 54. And there's very few people on either end of that. So I'm right in that point there, and I love it. I love it. Because these are the people I believe that are ready to change. I think when you get too old, most people don't have a desire or don't believe it's even possible to change. Yeah, Beth, sometimes we release our children because our children are holding us back from being our best. And you know what? Your children are perfect without you, because they're expressions of the infinite. They have everything in them, and they're on their own unique journey. And we have to allow them, as we allow everybody to be on their own journey. That's love. That's the ultimate love. Remember what we talked about love being unattached to our mind and our body? It's also being unattached to everybody else. It's okay to love people. It's okay to be with people. It's okay to like people. Just don't be attached to them. Because, you know, the great Buddha said, attachment is the source of all suffering. A lot of times they quote desire. Desire is not a bad thing unless you're attached to the desire. Then we got some serious suffering about to happen. Attachment is a critical thing, and we become, us humans and our egos, we love attachment, don't we? And I know you all got some going on. I can tell. I'm into the ethers right now. I'm looking at you from the inside out, and I can tell you got some attachments going on. Here's something else. I got some too. I'm working on them, but I got them. See, I don't want anyone to ever think that I'm above them, better than them, more advanced than them. I'm just different. I'm just unique. And you are too. And that's what makes us equal. We're all individualized, unique expressions of infinite consciousness of love. That makes us unique. That makes us perfect, just the way we are. So what a great day it is. I want to thank you all for all the comments, all the writing in. Here's what I want you to do. Share this when you're done. If you share this video, this live thing with other people, my God, more people will get it. I want you to know that I'm about to start offering classes starting in March, and everyone's welcome to sign up for a class. This is where we go deep together on Zoom. Everything's on Zoom. If you want to know, I'll put the links out there another day, but you can always go to agapespiritualcenter.com. And if you go there, you'll find the classes and you decide which one. I think it's the Basic Principles of Science of Mind, which is really great about going deep into what spiritual principles are. And the other one is the 5 Agreements through the eyes of Don Miguel Ruiz, which are universalized because those agreements are fantastic. So with that in mind, I'm going to say to you, thank you, and go create your best day ever. And no, if no one tells you this right now, you're perfect, you're whole, you're complete, and I accept you and love you just the way you are. Until next time, aloha.